If we want to understand a situation or a phenomenon, we often have to take off from outside of the restricted framework of our everyday observations, and in our mind's eye, look at things from a viewpoint quite different from the normal. So, a swinging pendulum like this can look quite straightforward and simple. But in the frame of reference, like the one that Ian and Emily were in, it can look a good deal more complicated. Now, as you know, the Earth has something in common with this roundabout. It rotates about its axis, and it also orbits around the Sun. So things seen from the surface of the Earth, like the rising and setting of the Sun and the phases of the Moon, are likely to look a lot more complicated than they really are. To make sense of these phenomena, the early astronomers had to make an extraordinary leap of the imagination to escape from the earthbound context of things as they seem to be, and to view them from the vantage point, as it were, of the gods and the angels. No wonder that they were accused of blasphemy at the time. Now, we've chosen to tell the story of how the present-day model of the solar system fits with observations from the Earth, because this illustrates a basic thing about scientific thinking: the importance of mental detachment and of imagination. Scenes like these have fired human imagination since time immemorial, but more often in the arts than in science. Yet it did require imagination to perceive these everyday events as they actually are, rather than as they seem. After all, it's so much easier to think of the heavenly procession of sun and moon and stars across the sky as being due to their motion around the Earth. Nowadays, millions of people have seen the Earth from afar through pictures like these. The mental leap has been made, and the Earth is easily visualized as a giant roundabout with us as passengers on it. So, shouldn't we expect to see effects on the Earth that we saw on the children's roundabout?